knock a cable here. There we go. What do we have going on here? Check, check, 1, 2. We got audio again. It's not showing up on here though. Why? There, check, check, 1, 2. There. Okay. That should help. Had audio at the start, so I must have hit the cable. It came loose over here. Now, where was I? Back to correct screen. There we go. This is the section. We have front on the left-hand side, sticker out, rubber feet to back frame on the right, sticker out, and feet sticking towards me. Right, number 3. That's what we're working on here. Don't know how much this will show up on my other camera, so I'll leave it. We'll go back to this camera here. Number 3. Put it in, slide it all the way down. Which way does the label? Label facing up, looks like. Put it through and slide it all the way down. So. That's really loose on here. I think I will tighten it up some before we start this process. That allows the slide. So we make that adjustment to all these screws before I get in here. I want to loosen up the slide, but okay, that's right, number 3. To the bottom, there's a place here to tighten the screws. Okay, so right, number 2. Okay, well, this is very interesting to see on here, the drawing of a new product, and that is, what slide are we on? We're on slide number 10 of the kit guide, and what we're seeing here is install right to use the previous found BHM6-20 to secure it, which here. We got it set up. We're ready to run with that. But this is something you never want to see in a manual. I know it's a new product and they're working on it. But that is add more. Means the manual's not done yet, but we'll get there. Okay. Locking from outside. So, an idea what we want to do. Now, one of those things that concerns me, and this might be where Chris mentioned checking this. When I tighten this, I'm not going to be able to secure it too much due to the depth. And here, if you can see, there's quite a gap still on here. Just to use one of these to practice with. I don't know if I'd be able to actually get this to go deep enough to make it tight. So, there we go. We'll be able to do it. It'll snug in there. So maybe that'll help the fact that it's not going to be loose. It's going to be in there nice and tight. Let me just slide down together. Now there's a spot here. Right is up. It's a fair amount of force. Oh yeah, it's not in there. That's not going to come loose again. Make sure this stays square. As mentioned, a lot of force to snug that in there, but it does work. So where's rate number one? Rate number one comes in next. Once again, I'll figure out my directions here. I don't want too much play on these. Okay, this is rate number one. Okay. There are no instructions to snug it up at this point in time, as far as I can tell. What do we got here? We did that. Install one. Sticker side should be faced outward. Do not over tighten. You may need to adjust things tightly in later steps. Okay. Now, I have to make a guess here. These are really loose, so I'm going to tighten them, just snug them up. They will not be super tight. There. Once again, it's just snug. As they do warn us that we may have to adjust this down the road. There's my handy dandy flashlight. There it is. Make sure I'm actually hitting this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Just this. There we go. Good. On to the next step. What do we have coming up here? Oh, let's see now. Okay, we got the right's done. Now we are going on to the left, so we are flipping this over. And we shall continue with that. There. There we go. Good. There. Starting with left 3. We will go back to tightening these up a little bit more than I had. And actually it seems to be, you just start getting a bit of resistance at the right spot. So I'll use it there. My camera setup is not set up for actual printer builds. Set up for model trains. There we go. And we'll slide it all the way to the back. And we don't need to go all the way down. Left 2. Once again, tighten as much as I can. This side seems to be way out. I'm getting a little bit more pressure on here. There. Left 2. This one you are supposed to snug up. Like that. Looks like it's lined up. Once again, it takes a fair amount of force to even snug it up. So, not overdoing it. Now, left 1. Once again, taking these out a little bit more. That one was fairly straightforward. This one's a little bit tighter. So this is left number 1. Is it too much? I mean, too much. There. Goes in too much. There. The joint doesn't have to slide. We're going to snug them up, not over tighten. There. Okay, what are we on to next? This is slide number 11. Slide number 12. It looks like that. Okay. Let me put this up now. This is one of my questions for in here. Will it fit on my workbench? And it does. Left, left, front, right, right, back. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a frame. Let's see how far off I have to put it there. Next, we are moving on. Z-axis. Z-axis here. How does it look? Stepper motor, wiring, plugs. Once again, this is a solder-free project, so we have that ready to go. End stop sensor cable. Now, when I first went through these boxes, I did see the cables. Don't remember where. Battery. There's a small bag and stop sensor cable. There. Okay, for this, let me go back to where's the parts list so I can figure out where these were. Okay. Is it in this bundle here? No, not that one. That's the tray. Okay, it may be in the other room. I'll have to go back out there to find it. See where they showed it. Motors. That's the laser, which we do not touch. Boards and cables. It's a square box, so I have to run off again, and I will go have a look at that. And my apologies for having to disconnect again. Okay, I'm back, and sorry about that. As I said, I just don't have room in this room to have all the parts laid out. So what do we have here? So one of the things that's great on the site, you saw me go to it on the screen. We got a spreadsheet here that shows you where all the various parts are and what you're looking for. And the packaging, the way this stuff is packaged is fantastic. Very happy with that. We have a cable bundle here, so we will go exploring through it. And have one box tipped over. Okay. Back to the user's guide here. There. What do we want to do? We have the box. Now I'm looking for this cable. A number of cables in the bag. Bravo. Waiting for the one labeled in stock. Looks like that to bring the works out, unfortunately. Circle motor, driver, and stop sensor, right? Power, controller, where is the end stop? Key and stop sensor. Okay, that's here, ready to go. This box is empty now, so I'm going to take the rest of these cables and put them out of the way. So, stickers. What do I have here? I'm up to slide 16. Smaller connector goes onto the end stop sensor cable, goes in the socket in the Z-axis. So make sure that these aren't all tangled up. Wave clear cable. We have a smaller end, and it is going into here. Try to get the direction right. Should snug in like so. Slight pull test. That's good. That's solid. It is secure. We're now going to mount this unit to the back of the frame. So I think it will be easier to work this sideways. There. Now I need, according to this, CHM320. CH. M36, CHM35, and CHM320. So how many do I need for this? I need 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, because there's been some oil on this, the label just came off. And since there's going to be a lot of these, we're going to need to know where they are. Keep track of your labels. You want to be able to find out what's what later. It says that there is a slight oil film to this. You are dealing with machine parts. So how do I mount these? Bolt goes on the outside of the frame and screws into the built-in threads on the inside. Left, back. Okay, using 4. Top. What size wrench they use? Not that one. There we go. So screwing. Now, do we even get to see this on the camera that I have set up here? Here's our back. This around, put it inside. And this is the upper reaches of my area. I got that in my hand. Started so I can take some weight. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing there. Oh, missed. Trying to catch a comment on there. Yes, hey, this one, I'm going to be live a little bit longer than normal since I'm going to put this together. I don't expect to do it all in one go, but we'll get there. Okay, I'm lined up on this side, maybe a little bit low. One. Okay, I'm not catching the thread. There we go. Get this one started. A little bit loose so I can shuffle things around. Next. much easier when you can use both hands for getting this done. I have a slight tremor in my hand sometimes too, which always adds an extra level of excitement to the workings. Snug these in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure the wiring harness is not tangled with anything. Okay, we are now finished with screen our slide number 17. Moving on to slide number 18. Okay, that's checking to make sure these screws are in. Maybe if I use this camera, go up some. Look up, way up. Oh, okay, rusty. If you know what that means, then A, you're old, B, you're Canadian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6 of those are secured. And what are we on to next? We have, that was slide 18. Find the platform comes assembled. Okay. I have seen the platform. It's in the other room. I have to run off again to go get that. There we go. And the reason that I've seen that part before is I already had it in here. Nothing like being organized. And this is nothing like being organized. All right. This is what we have here. Here's the platform. I'm just going to hand this down. Hopefully it won't fall. I need some more camera arms in here. That might work. enough I've been working on the kit so far. How old is this stream running? First of all, double check my audio came back. Stream health, where's the runtime? Oh, there it is. I'm an hour in. I'm just taking my time too as we go through this. Which one is it? Okay, now that we found this unit, we will 4 CHM527 screws and nuts and two silver looking brackets. Okay, I know I've seen these around here. Two silver looking brackets, and one of these M527. I can hear the clinks with this. My main work surface for the trains, this here is it's a large sheet of glass. Gives you a nice level surface to build on, and to get glue off, you just scrape it off. Works out well, but may not be the best choice for assembling the printer on, but I'll stay with it. Now once again, we have 5 in the bag, so I'm just wondering if they toss in one more as a spare. So we have the 4, we have our 2 silver brackets. One of the problems I have with the trembles on the fingers is sometimes these little bags are very hard to open. There. 2 brackets. What am I going to do with them? We're up top there. Actually, this might not be a bad idea. I'll leave this here for the moment. Actually, I guess we go here. We are moving on to slide number 21. And put the silver bracket on the platform metal rod. Okay. I think I have to slide our frame off to the side. We have the platform. Tunnel portal and scale. Printed in Fortua cedar to test woods, and looks fantastic. It needs to get out of the way though. Okay, which end? I want to check this. They have, okay, our shot is like so for the screen. So rotate this over. I'm just going to move this camera down. You can see what I'm up to. And make it a little bit straighter. There. Okay. Now you can see what I'm doing here to some degree. Clear off space over here. These tools can go to the distance. There. Okay, what I'm going to be working on screen main. putting on these silver components, making sure we have this right. Install both silver brackets first. Make the rod somewhat loose. Can I tell exactly where this is going to go? Looks like we have components here. And what I was looking at was to see which end the screw has to be, which needs to be facing out, which makes sense. So let's slide these on. Okay, they're ready to go. So from front to back frame with the beam as close to the left frame. Left, front to back. Make sure I have this right. Now I have to figure this out. When in doubt, let's see what Chris did for this. I'll find the video here. And I'll just, what I have is an ad at Z-axis and pivot bracket. This is...
Hey, aloha my internet family, how are you? Welcome back to Practical Printing. Welcome to episode 4 of our Moai.
Yeah. I'm just skimming through here. Let's pick it up at about the 5:30 here. And this is something you don't get to see me doing.
There's a hole right here, if you can see it there. Right above that end stop bracket, there's a hole right here. We're going to take this cable and feed it through there. And although this isn't shown in the manual, it is shown in the pictures this way. So we're going to take that, feed that through there.
That right there. I just watched these videos and I totally forgot that. There is a hole, he says. This is with it on its side. On the back. Let me create some room here again. Let's deal with this cable issue first. There's the end stop. So, what he is talking about there. Thanks, Chris. I take it the hole is actually, I actually get this into a shot. Let's go over to this camera. Let's take a look at the hole here. The hole is actually this one right here. And yes, that's another update for the manual that would help quite a bit. So we'll feed that through. So I don't give you motion sickness, I'll swap off that camera for a moment. And we shall feed this through. My cat's happy now because his new habitat has been emptied of all this garbage that he didn't really need, and now he has a big empty box to sit in, so he's happy that way. Round hole, not the square hole. Okay, where is there a round hole? Okay, Chris, yeah. Let me see what you got here. It is see if we get
hole right here. If you
okay. Hole right there.
You can see it there. Right above that end stop bracket, there's a hole right here. We're going to take
right across the end stop bracket. There's a hole. Has to be the square one, Chris. That's the one I see there. Okay. Good, we got it figured out. There. Okay, we're going back to threading this through the square hole on the end stop bracket. And once again, since I'm not focusing on the build, I'll let the stream run, but it's handy to have the way Chris at Practical Printing has put his together, the short segments, so you can go ahead and see each piece. It's a great tutorial on doing the build. So we have the cable through there. That was part one of what we were working on. Part two, I wanted to see how he did. Yes, just do what you do, not do what you say. Okay, we're going to come back here and skip a little bit forward on Chris's video here. And we'll get back. This is the component I'm doing right now.
Here.
And Chris is much better
as long as
for
we
this sort of work.
all are on the same page about what we need. We've got four of those, four nuts, and we will flip to the next page of the manual here. Okay, so now it's going to tell us to put the silver bracket onto the platform's metal rod, and it looks like this orientation in the picture.
Oops. Remove the camera.
With these going down. Might need to loosen those up a tad.
That's
Which of course takes the next
Chris
larger
is doing
size.
while I move away
Next
from
wrench.
here. Oh, move this little camera around. I have to change this up.
So we'll loosen those up so that we can slide these on. And we'll do the same thing for the other side.
There. So.
Okay, so once those are on there, install the platform
We've done that part.
cross frame, front and back, with the beam as close to the left frame.
And I'm watching Chris do
Okay,
this
so
because
this is
I'm
front,
a little bit
this is our
puzzled with the
left.
instructions.
It goes front to back. the beam close to the left frame. So it looks like it's going to go like this. So we are going to put these through here just to support it.
We'll pause that and go back to working on here. Catch up to what he's actually working on. We're going to get this up. I am facing left as he's been working on it. Just double checking orientation here. Get the left label here. Okay. I believe what we're doing then is this is going so. Get these two in so I can take up a little bit of weight. Hold it somewhat. And we'll double check with the actual manual. And we are once again on, this is slide number 21 from their manual. And okay. Keep the rod somewhat loose. Okay. So we will tighten this up. What tools do we have here for that? They're showing some wrenches on there. None of these are small enough. And then we'll do it. This is going to be fun when you get someone with some challenges to their dexterity. Okay. This in here. Enough pressure to get started. So anyway, should check this to begin with. Yep, that's it. Okay. Open in here. Start on it. Stay put for a moment. I'll put this back on in a moment. At least get these started. So they're finger tight. There. So loosely. There. Go back to putting this on. Do it. Need to get this level. And I may not be able to do it this way. Crap. Nope. Too much of an angle required. I have to do it the hard way and just let my fingers do the work. There we go. There. I know it'll work anyway. Flying fingers. One and two. Problem is dealing with this stuff. Let's put these out again from the top. Start. Stay put. Stay put. As long as it doesn't fall on me, we're doing okay. Sit, say. No, I'm not talking to you, Max. The dog's wondering what I'm doing. He's been very, very patient. There. Rod does not want to stay in there. I'll get this one started. I'll keep it so that rod is close. I know I mentioned your name, Max. Get back in there. This is a problem. It has to be in there. I can't have these tightened in there to get the rod back in properly to depth. It's not going to work. I don't have enough room for that. I wonder if I just loosen these off, they'll give me some play. So I can tilt down. Yeah, that's it. Yes. I'm just doing these finger tight for the moment. This side should be much easier. Right. You never got to see that battle with me, which is a good thing. Okay. It was a fight, but we made it work. One of the problems I've always had with this stuff is I'm looking at a monitor. It has OBS on it, which is what I use for the streaming. And I keep looking on the wrong side, thinking that's the camera that's up. Okay, now those are in place. Keep it loose, as you'll have to make adjustments later on. Now the English here in the manual is rough. So this is one place where a little bit of improvement can be made. And I have both of those facing back. I can adjust it from here. Hopefully that is correct. It looks straightforward. Okay, well, let's see. I'm catching up on chat here. Between parts 4 and 5, you want to make 100% sure that you tighten all 6 screws on those pivot points beginning part 5 after putting in the motor. Otherwise, you'll get layer shift. Okay, Chris, part 4 and 5. That's your parts. Video tutorial part 4. That would be, where's my screen for you? Part 4. So at the end, what are you doing, Max? I'm going to make a call to my assistants here. Assistant, let me mute for a moment. Does that work? And we have audio back. Hey, I like it. Mute button actually worked properly. Okay, catching up here. Chris, I'm going to let this play again. We're back onto the screen.
Shoot Pio Poly an email to clarify that.
I'll just double check here. Oh, he's tied in here.
Although it's telling us to secure that screw that I had pointed forward there on the silver bracket. This does allow us right now to have a little bit of left or right play, so I'm just not sure where or how far left or right that should be centered just yet.
So that's the process we're just going through here.
So I'm going to go all the way to the left for now, and I will shoot Pio Poly an email to clarify that. Before we cinch these down any further, I'm just going to snug them up just to make sure that we don't.
Okay, Chris. Now that you're on board here, I have these with the tightening screw facing to the rear. I should take it apart and have it facing to the front, because that way I'll have access to it. I think I will take that as a given, and they're finger tight, so easy enough to change. So let's go back here, and my hard-won victory on the frame. Loosen these off. Okay, this one was for practice, right? Right. 2. Three. 4. And start with this one. Slide it forward. I'm going to change my mind on this. The left side. reason I'm not going to make the change is if this gets turned around, will I actually have access to it? I guess I will. Okay. Be brave, we'll do it. Once again, this is difficult to see on the pictures. There. So you can see you have your adjustment screw there, your tightening screw here. I had this facing, actually it wasn't to the back, to the left. I'm going to have it facing to the right, so we can go in and tighten it from that end. Now, as long as I don't tighten these up, I can start. Yeah, I'll do it properly. I never do that right. Well, thanks for popping in, Chris. Now I have a happy dog. This one set up so it'll be easier to hold here. Okay. Once again set up. I'm going to tighten these ones on first, just because they're easier. What I'm going to do, should have started this earlier. I'm going to just open up OneNote here and set it up so I can remind myself that this part is not entirely clear within the manual. For this stuff, trembling fingers don't help. Okay. Three's in. And we got number 4 going in here. Oh, did not catch. Number 2, 22 or whatever tape I'm on this thing. Okay, we have that done. Now, Chris pointed out about these 6 screws have to be done. 6 at the end have to be right. Let's see what he has.
Sorry, 4 of those.
Let's double check to see where he is. Oh, okay. He's a step
Front
ahead
and the
of us,
back.
so we're going to pause this. This, where we were, is slide number 21, pardon me. So we will find my mouse. It's a problem with 3 screens. Sometimes the sometimes the mouth doesn't work, but sometimes the mouse disappears. Where are you? There you are. Okay. And we don't need that. I try to keep things set out on here. There we go. Okay. This is slide 21. There. So this goes for many projects, especially when you're dealing with a small community like ours. If you have something to say about it, hey, it's a small outfit, people are looking for input, make notes, send your suggestions in, and it always helps them. The more input they get, the better they can make it. So find the below metal piece in the lower right piece. Once again, English is an issue. And this is slide 22 that we're working on here. Okay, so insert the 2 top screws first, then the back 2 should go in easily. Okay, let's see what we got here for the parts. And it's not one of the parts I already brought in. So, once again, I'll be right back as I go and get parts from the other room. Yeah. Okay, we're back. We have audio again. My supervisor has returned. Here's my supervisor. That's Max. There he is. Thank you, Brenna.
Welcome.
Okay, Max, you're stuck with me again. So, part I needed. Is there anything else I can knock over? Micro brush is very handy for gluing. Let's knock it over. There again. Okay. So this is the part that they wanted. Let's tilt this down a little bit more. So this is the last part from the other room, so everything else should be here, I hope. Didn't take anything else away. So I gotta figure out where this goes and how it lives. There's the part. We got 2 screws there, 1 screw there. Front frame. So let's find the front. Here's the front. This goes in, so looks like. Do the two top screws first, I say. Now let's look at our top. Let's see how this does. For CHM320, CMH320, PH35s, 27s, 16s. Okay, we'll get here. There's so many bags that I have. 5, 20, M6. Did not go before. 16 is when the labels came off. CHM320. There we go. How many do I need? I need 4 of them. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'll do this. Cover set up here. Now, tell me how these are put in. Front frame, right frame. So this is front frame, right frame. Looking at the picture. I think the camera got moved again. Here. I'll look at the screen while I readjust the camera again. There we go. So, trying to match this up, right frame. You can see this, like so. That appears to be what it is. And we have holes that match this. Just get through threads in there. Just tightening this up enough to hold it in place. Gives me some wriggle room for working here on the sides. This one helped. My camera's not high enough here. I'll get up to speed where I'm doing this. So what we have here, right side, front's over here. I'll put the tray in. Now I have these screws to add on. Once again, it's, as they recommend, it's easiest to start with the front, let them hold it in place, then you get these once these two side screws are put in, then you can tighten it all up. Still a little bit of play there, so I can get this one in place. Okay. Tight. There we go, this one's tight. Right. And the last one. And there we go. Okay. Whoops. Sorry, Max. It's okay. Didn't know you were there behind me. What do we have now? We are complete slide number 22 and going on to slide number, get onto the right side here. Oh, that completes construction of the frame. Okay. And we're moving on to Chris's video part 5. Now, Chris, before he logged out there, mentioned that the 6 screws at the end of part 4, start of part 5, have to be, let's see. Okay. Let's go back up here. All 6 screws on those pivot points, beginning at part 5 after putting in the motor. Okay. Good. Here we go. Okay, I think we've gone along, so it's really the start of Chris's video part 5 that we have to pay attention to for that. Now, riser motor and panels. Okay, we have some parts to find here, and I have them sitting so handy. Here's the motor. There we go. Tilt this down again. I'll show you what we got here. One motor, 2 brackets. One happy dog. Found something to chew on. Come on, fingers, you can do this. Right, there we go. And you can go off to the side, 2 plates. One small hole, one large, one motor. Okay, what are we doing here? Let's go back to the screen, and the hole with the larger center hole goes in first. Okay, goes off to the side. wires out of the way. Larger hole. Smaller hole. For front and back. Oh. This one doesn't matter which is in or out. This one is beveled. I imagine it goes with the bevels going out. I'll hold that in place. So, okay, you have this, and on the bottom, rear right, rear back, right there. And what do I need? I need for this, I'll be using the M3-25s. M3-25. And once again, with every packet of screws, they have one extra, which is always nice to have on hand. Once again, the label came off. Keep an eye on that as you're working with these bags. The labels are coming off very easily. I just took it off, took it on the inside, and I think that's another comment I'll be sending off to Mark at Bio Poly about the issue of the labels going pretty much falling off. Let's put away. So we have these two. And I have to see where this is going. From the bottom, your right frame. Okay. I'm going to just straighten things out here so you can see what we're I hit the street view for a reason. Okay. So here's the pivot plate. Here's another pivot. It gets attached to the end of this screw. So this is coming through like so. That direction, I guess. This direction. There. Look up. Knock the camera over. We will double check here. Here, have a look at the screen. This gives you an idea. We have this connector here. This is the setup that we're doing. So we go back to frame number 26, and we'll be making these attachments in this way. Now, with that, these two screws are not beveled, so I don't know why on the plate there's a bevel. Puzzled by that. small hole first, second plate. This will be going in here. So, this finger started. And this one. Same thing. Nope. There. There's my key. That one right. Get that tightened. And this one tightened. So those two are tightened. I guess the bevel does play a role. It actually does center this plate in perfectly, which aligns the motor perfectly. So I understand that now. Okay. Now we're on to slide number 27 from the manual. Let me just bring up one note for a second here. And just making note of things that I want to fire off to PO Poly. Good. So what are we doing here? We are using hand turn to a tiny silver metal part. Move the platform if needed. Move the beam up to a point where make sure it is straight. So once again, we are going to be dealing with this part in here. We're going to be securing it to that. I think this is going to be easier doing with stand being upright. So we will go straight up. Find the easiest direction to see this thing. It is obscured by a number of components. Put it on top of there. Can we see in there? There it is. Once again, we're just putting this in over top. Needs to have some play. Of course, my arm's blocking most of that. So we have the play is going to be up at this end I don't know if you can see it. We have to secure this to make sure it is solid and that it is straight up and down. I cannot tell is and that is straight now. I have to tighten this. Actually, enough room to use this way. Meantime, I'm looking out the window there and I can see that the snow level has dropped quite a bit in the last little while. It's actually supposed to start snowing here tomorrow, but we live in an area that you never know. If it's going to rain or snow or not. Too many microclimates. Okay. What are we on to next here? And we've done the tightening. Okay, what we're on to next is secure the metal rod so it does not wiggle at all. And this is the part where I believe Chris was talking about. This has to be very, very secure. And otherwise, we'll get some shift here. So the 6 screws are, there's 2 on each end, and then there's the one that holds the shaft in securely. And so now we go back and we just make sure all of those are tight. And we're going to slide that key. Not this one. This one. I'm just going through tightening these on the frame. This can lead to layer shift later on if these are not secure. But now, which one's needed? These ones are easier to tighten from this angle. What size key do we need? I got that one. See what I'm up to here. There. So my hand's probably going to get into the shot again too much. This is what I'm tightening here. To tighten. Oh. Wrong size. What is these? Maybe we got one in between. That one, I guess. They look like they're the same size. Not that one, not this one. Not that one. Means I have one in the middle. Floor. I can have one on the floor, it was smaller. That one's smaller. it definitely looks like I am missing a key. Let's double check the floor. I do not see one anywhere on the floor. Okay, where did I slide it then? Okay. Okay, metric. One size down from this. Oh, Yep. That's what I want. I don't want to move much. On solid. I don't know, I think it would have been better to have these facing outside for tightening. One more. And if the table moves suddenly, it's because Max just realized that a certain cat just walked by. Okay. Good. Guess I should leave that there. Tuck this way. Water glues. It's easy to get. Now, that wrapped up slide number 28. So we're on to slide number 29. Find the metal piece in the hook and 2 M3 6 screws. And you need that part again anyway. Okay, metal hook. Start the metal hook. There it is. One metal hook. Oh, Max, can you find where that algae right? So once again, my fingers are just fighting with these bags. Well, so how many do I need? Oh, this is the hook part. One hook. So now I need one of these M3 sixes. M5, M3 16, M5, M3 6. I need 2 of these. One, 2. Okay. We have our parts together. Where are they going to be going? On to slide number 30. Secure metal piece with hook at circle spot with the CHM36 screws. Hook facing inside of the machine, pointing towards the rise motor. So let's get this up again. I'll have to move the parts off to the side. This up. Once again, this is the front. Here's the right. This is going to be going in here. The exact location for it. Okay. So, let's see if I can get the close-up camera lined up properly for this. And see if I actually have a shot I can work with. Yeah, right here. Okay, let's take a look at close-up. So what this hook is doing, I don't have much play in there because it's attached. The hook actually goes into the metal slot here. I don't know if can you see that in the shot? Not really. Okay, ready for some motion sickness. Here we go. There. So we have this slot here, this hook going in to lock that into place, like so. There. Well, these parts have to be black. Black parts just don't show up well on video. Just trying to break a camera here, don't mind me. There. Okay. Screws going up through here. And first get a few turns in, hopefully. Get started. Almost feeling like it wants to cross thread. Yeah, it doesn't really want to get started there. on a cross thread, they're just very, very tight. And just get these going a little bit. A little bit easier to get these on. There we go. On fingers, you can do it. This is why I don't model an N scale. Well, I am helping build an N scale layout right now. And I'll definitely be using this printer to do some N scale prints. All right, good. Okay. That wraps up slide number 30. I'm just puzzled though. There's something in this picture that another point of confusion here that I want to add to the Moai. When we look at the screen for this picture, you'll notice the front panel is already on. So they took these shots further down the road, and we have a cable bundle coming out. Looks like it's from the riser motor now. There's no room in the build plate for it. And the colors don't match, so these cables are for something else. But just adds another issue. So IMAX slide number 30. Pictures are taken. Pictures are taken after other steps are being followed. Showing the cables confuses that step. Okay, good. We keep doing our stuff. What have we got next? Slide number 31 is find the bottom piece. It has several screw holes in it, and one very pronounced screw hole that rises up. Rise up, Max. Okay, I take it we are looking for this plate. Yes, there is a screw hole that rises up over here as I hide behind the frame. Once again, we're looking at black parts, so it's hard to see, but this would be the bottom piece. That move the wiring out of the way. 8 CHM320s. CHM320s. Orientation. Where does this hole fit? Closest to the front frame, right? Front. Good. I knew what I was doing when I dropped that in. Really, I planned it that way. Another bag where the labels come off. How many am I going to need with these? Oh, there's a typo on this page too. And just having done a lot of manuals and other things, no matter how many times you check things, it's after things go to print that you find a really obvious typo. Good. Okay, now, front screw holes on front. Use 8 of these things. I have 3 out. 1 of these. 3 in. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Max is getting more into this. Max is the dog. Getting more into it because it's getting to supper time. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're good there. Okay. What do we want to do here? Well, we have that set up. Installer note, put the screws in for front and back first. If left and back, right bars are not perfectly aligned, you may have to loosen them to align the plates. Yep, okay. Okay. Front and back first. This part over to the side for a moment. Sure. Have another drink lemonade. Okay, I'll take this out. Because I need to get underneath it in order to get it to the proper height. I want to make sure cables don't tangle in anything. There. These are forever loose anyway. Okay. There. I am dealing with front. And our prominent piece goes to the front. So. hanging. Once again, not tightening it too much. There we go. Proper force on it now. Going very easily, and that's because actually I, as instructed earlier on, left these nice and loose. There we go. Front and back. Yes, Max, we're going to wrap up this section fairly soon and break for supper. Really, as builds go, this is straightforward. It's a step-by-step going through it. Only a couple of confusing issues, and we have people in the community like Chris, who has worked that out for us. Is this one off? Well, on a flat surface, it shouldn't be wobbling like that. I have to tip this over, find out what's going on here. It should be able to go through, should be able to start. See a clear path through. I can't balance it up there and try to put this in at the same time. That want to work. Let's loosen that off some more so I can slide this some. That did the trick. Now, I'm concerned as we go through this. This is sitting on a sheet of glass, which is flat. Our frame was rocking. Well, maybe since I loosened that off, we've got aligned a little bit better. Okay. I think we'll be okay then. 2 more of these to do. Where are you? This is wonderful. Let's see, how can I deal with this and make it nice and loose? This spun on me at some point. There. Label side is facing out again, and we're aligned there, and we're aligned here. 2 hours in. Tighten these up. That's the last one goes through. We're done. Just tightening all this stuff together now. What's going on here? I should have access to it quite nicely. Were right. Those X's. Yep. This one's tightening quite nicely. This corner is not. I can't get quite on the screw. Where's the flashlight? Handy. Yes, I know I'm muttering away. How much more I can do right here? It is up a little bit, that's why. Really do it in this corner. This one was really loose. No, we gotta tighten it down now. Okay, those are tight. I'm going to double check all these. Then we'll be done with slide number 31. And this is very interesting. As the sun sets, One of the reasons for the delay today was that Windows 10 did an update, and there's a nighttime mode now that actually changes color tone at sunset. And as the sun has gone down, I should have a webcam just pointing out the window because it's so beautiful out there. Anyway, the sun's gone down, and so they add more reds, take out the blues. And part of the theory being that it'll help reduce eye strain and help keep your internal clock working a little bit better. I don't know if this is a direct result of it, but I do know that I've read studies coming from the International Space Station that they're doing a similar thing on the station to help keep the astronauts' internal clocks working better, which helps maintain your sleep patterns. Now, one thing Brenda and I do not have is a decent sleep pattern here. We wake up when we need to, and we go to sleep when we need to. The only thing is that sometimes our clocks aren't matched. So I'll be getting up when she's going to bed. Cool. That's the thing. Most of us train for industries where you don't work 9 to 5. You work when you have to. When the set calls come in. Now, okay, everything's tightened up. Here we are done with slide number 31. Okay. Front panel. Install the front frame with 6 CH-M30, M3-20s, M3-16s, M3-20, the one I just had. M6, M6, M3-5. M3-20s. Okay, front is the panel that is square, in it. Not the big one. So, yeah. Here we go. Wide. There we go. So here is our front panel. And it means I need to find the side that says front. Okay. Front panel goes on like so. Fits right in there. That's nice. Okay, how many do I need again? I need 6 of these. I told one of the firefighters yesterday that this is what I was going to be doing today. And their first reaction was, what, does IKEA make the 3D printers? I don't know if you got your stream, but for Halloween, Fire Hall provides a safe place. And it's really a big community event. And we hand out things like hot chocolate, glow sticks, candy bags if they need them, a little bit of candy, and hot dogs. Lots and lots of hot dogs. And I know we had 55 dozen hot dogs on hand. We were getting near the end of them. I didn't stay for the whole thing. My legs just didn't survive that. But we'll loosen this one off. Read the instructions here. Put this one in first. But yeah. Last time I did, I missed last year, but the year before, the process was everyone was given, as they came down the line, they were given the bun. And then they brought it to me, and I plugged a hot dog on it. And off they went. This one, we preloaded the hot dogs onto the buns and then handed them out. But last time it got to the point where for a while I wasn't even seeing who was getting anything. I was just putting a bun or putting a hot dog on the bun, looking down. Next time, a bun would immediately come into view and load that one up and keep going. But it's a lot of fun. Great community event. The cutest was a little girl. And when she realized that she can get a hot dog from us, she was standing about 6 feet away from the table, and she just sort of looked at us and slowly put her hand out. Oh, you have to come over here. Lots of fun. Where I used to live, a neighboring community, their big Halloween event was a pumpkin roll. And it sort of started by some teenagers, but it sort of just became an acknowledged community event. At about 9 o'clock at night, people would bring their pumpkins, and there was a steep road down into the center of town, and the pumpkins would be rolled from the top, and they'd splat somewhere down to the bottom. And so they just created, blocked off the street to make sure traffic wasn't going through there, and then at the end, scrape up all the pumpkins and send them off to the compost. Now, the town I was in, the non-community tradition was at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, someone was bringing in a round hay bale, or just a few square bales, and set them on fire on one of our roads. Nowhere near as much fun. Okay, I am now complete, I think, with. Does the changing color come through there? It must. Okay, this is slide number 32. Okay, cable control. Okay, this comes up and then goes down from the motor. A usable shot from our close-up camera. So we're starting over here. This appears, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, working in here. Odd cable routing. Now I'll make sure I have this going on the right side. Yes. Okay. It is going through the hole that is facing the front. Actually say that? Nope. This shows a picture. Now can I get the connector through that hole? Yes, Max. I'll wrap this up. Okay. I'm intrigued. Oh, there we go. We got it through. Okay. Time for motion sickness again. This is the cable coming from the motor. And bringing it across the front. And putting it through the hole facing the front. Now, where do they want the end stop cable? That's this one. Going through the square hole. And down to the back. This is slide number 33. And what do we have here? Just coming straight down. Okay, let's see. Platform cover. I have that in my hand. 2 and 3-6. And 3-12. And 3-6. Okay. And wide. So, plate comes up. And looks like it goes. Like so. Attached to what? Attached to these screws. There. Okay, let's confirm how this works here. Yeah, it goes. Okay, Houston, what are we doing here? Should be able to clear these. If it's not at this point, looks like it's too far back. Alright, what am I doing here? Let me, let's see. Yeah, this is the last step. I should be able to clear that. More times I have to do that. Just have to get this clear. Okay. Just a fraction. There we go. There. There's a cover. And two of these and 3-6. these. Go up. Let's actually see my fingers here. Nope. Oh, yeah. These two M3-6s. And you can just see it at the top of the frame there. Just go in here. And since that's really awkward to do from that angle, line this up a little bit better. There we go. As I'm letting Max know that we're about to have supper, I realized that I didn't pull anything out of the freezer. Tomorrow's a snow day, so tomorrow is a good day to make stew. Means I have to be creative for tonight. Max has it easy. You get to kibble. A little bit of wet mixed in with it. Gus the cat gets a spoonful of canned food mixed in with a whole bunch of water, so he gets soup at night. It's not lined up quite right. Here. Well, that's tight. Now, I need 4 M3-20s, which is 16s. M3-20s. One, two, three, 4. And they get secured to the left and right frame. So it's these ones here. How many times can I drop this? There we go. That one's tight. Not worried about leaving some play putting these in because we're well along with the construction. So things are pretty square by now. I'm concerned about this. Now let's see if I can get a shot of it with the close-up camera. I don't know if you can see. Once again, this is not flat. This is solid here on this side, but this is pushed up for some reason. So I don't think that's a good idea. Take a shot of that and push it over to the PO polyform. Everything else is looking good. And the last one. So basically what we've done today is build a frame. Tomorrow, I believe it's on to electronics. I'm not going to worry about electronics today. There we go. That's done. Have get a bigger hammer. Yeah. Now this should not impact anything. I think it's just because it is pressed right against the Z-axis on there. Once again, I'll fire a question off in the PO polyform. But anyways, there we go. We've made progress here. We have a frame. We're got that component up and running. We are ready to move on to slide number, what is that, 35, 36, I guess. And it'll be the electronics. And I'm going to do this tomorrow starting at 1 o'clock. As mentioned earlier, I'm probably going to change the time of my Wednesday live streams. I might move it from 10 a.m. and move it to 1 p.m. And I'm just running into too many conflicts in the morning. But we got to start. I'm looking forward to putting this to work. One more go of that should get us up to the point where we can start alignment and maybe get a test print off. So once again, I'm deeply in debt to Chris at Practical Printing for his wonderful videos, step-by-step tutorials, and very handy, very worthwhile going through. And hey, thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll be back tomorrow. I don't think it's been confirmed. Let me just double check before we go here. Let's see. No, we don't have it confirmed yet. We'll get the address out for what's happening for the Friday night stream. Possible topic, once again, making money from your 3D prints. Timely for me because I'm about to start doing that. So I have to get some other prints going off, but I have parts to start getting out to folks. So, which is good since we got 3D printers here. They cost a lot of money, so I want to put them to work, make money. And we will, well, that's, you can hear my dog Max here telling me definitely that it's supper time. We will see you tomorrow.